of FTX and the Jew froze or whatever. This is Maxine Water, the U.S. House Committee on Financial Services. She says,
this is how Frank survives on YouTube, by the way, because he says those things. He's like, yeah, because the Jew froze or whatever, and like the AI doesn't know what that is. They're like, the Jew froze or whatever. That's not even a thing. Go on.
I got a comment this week. On Conspiracy Pilled saying, I don't understand your transition here where you said, speaking of black people. I was like, well, Frank was in chat and it's a thing. So.
Yep, transitioning to black people. SBFF Techs, we appreciate that you've been candid in your discussions about what happened at FTX. Your willingness to talk to the public will help the company's customers, investors, and others. To that end, we would welcome your participation in our hearing on the 13th. How cordial is that for somebody that stole billions of dollars?
I hate to say that I literally called this one from day one. I kept saying, people kept telling me how wrong I was. They're like, no, this is the most wanted man in history. He's Bernie Madoff. He had the biggest Ponzi scheme. They're gonna go into Costa Rica any minute and extradite this guy. And I'm like, no, his bill is going on the floor this month. Originally they said the 7th. I guess now it's the 13th. And he absolutely will not see a day in prison. And now I've watched how many interviews of him with like New York Times and MSNBC. And now Maxine Waters is reaching out to the guy.
He seems to be.
We probably could. He's not doing anything.
Did you guys? If any of you have Hulu, I think it was, or maybe it was. Yeah, maybe it was that. There's a George Stephanopoulos interview with SBF, and if you watch that and the body language of it, my wife and I were watching this morning. It is. I mean, it's telling. It's awful. He basically is like shaking and making himself really small and looking into the camera deviously, and then like trying to pull away with lies, and just it's awful. So. There's a lot out there on him now. He's talking to anyone and everyone.
We could get him on.
Probably.
Reach out to him.
I'll come back for that.
Library says LibraryCoin, I think, it's a blockchain. I love their response. They say, hey, Maxine Waters, we would like to be treated nicely by the government the way the criminals like SBF are. Can you let us know how much to write a check for and where to send it? Feel free to DM if you want to keep this private.
Well, that's the whole thing about LibraryCoin, which is part of Odyssey, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing about all these coins, Library, any decentralized, they call them DeFi cryptocurrencies, basically not controlled by the government cryptocurrencies. That's what SBF's bill is about. So basically, SBF wrote a bill saying, hey, what if, I know I live offshores and I didn't make my company even somewhat compliant to the United States law, and then we broke a ton of laws and stole billions of dollars. But what if we pay you and you say that we're cool and we're centralized and we can be controlled, right? And then all of my competition who is made cryptocurrency the thing that people want in the first place, which is a decentralized currency, what if you just take the bullet, screw them over? Yeah, they can take the bullet. So, and then many of them have. We actually put a video out this week. TikTok didn't like it, where there is I'm so not gonna remember the names, because I can't pronounce them, but there was at least 3 crypto billionaires in the last 2 weeks who have just Epstein themselves or wound up in the water in their jeans, like fully clothed, just dead. There was Nikolai
Mashigian. You go swimming in your jeans? I do all the time.
So wasn't Mashigian the one who posted that SBF was the one who was taking over Epstein's island?
Yes. Yeah, he said that there is an Epstein Island in the Caribbean, SBF, and that the CIA and the Mossad were going to torture and kill him. And within 4 hours, he was found fully clothed with his wallet in his pocket and everything, just floating face down in the surf in Costa Rica, I believe. Then you had a 30-year-old who died in his sleep. I think he was a Chinese crypto billionaire. Then you had a French, I believe, crypto billionaire who died in a helicopter crash. I might be getting these wrong. I'm trying to remember off the top
Could
of my
these
head.
guys also have been jabbed?
Well, the 30-year-old, that one is legitimately like, I wonder, because he died. He did die suddenly in his sleep at 30. So he might have just been jabbed. But there's at least, I think we're up to 5 now, crypto billionaires who have died. And then the one guy that everybody knows the name of, SBF, who's the most wanted man in the world.
But he's the most connected too.
Exactly. Well, because I think he's been an asset from the beginning.
This guy, of course. And how about this?
Billion
what about
dollars from nowhere?
There's like 10 billion missing. He's got a harem of people in the Bahamas, and now you see all these people that he knows, or like, I guess, analogs of him, people that are doing the same thing in other businesses, all winding up dead.
Yep.
Waking up dead because you go to bed alive. Who?
Right.
And so I wonder if he is kind of the like ouster, like he's going to get in. He plants all this dirt with other people. When he has to go, he's going to be sheepish and go, "Oh, I'll be a hero on the hill," and everyone else gets offed. And how about that guy that said the CIA and Mossad are going to torture him and kill him? Boy, I bet he was disappointed when all they did was kill him.
Hey, PJ, his DMs are open.
I mean, I guess I should slide in there. I'm
sliding into the DMs.
I like it. Get him on the show. I think that'd be awesome.
Let's go ahead. Put it on here.
Say we're live right now, and we'd love to talk with you. He's probably online
right now.
He's playing League of Legends though, so we'll have to get in between some. Yeah, but going back to this guy, saying that he was the reason I think that this guy's always been an asset. His man in the chair, this Asian guy, no one knows who he is. There's one picture of him on the internet. It's the back of his head, and somehow, and they've both, and not both, because no one's ever heard from the other guy. But SBF has said multiple times, "Well, we were just making $30,000 a year as some peons at a freaking trading firm." Nice. We're live right now on the Last American Pubcast. Would love to have you on to talk about crypto.
Drop the link.
Yeah, you drop the link. Here, grab it.
Drop the link in the chat or in the message. But anyway, so then he goes on to say, "Yeah, we just became rich overnight because we were investing $10 million a day into Bitcoin." And
I'm thinking, give him the link for to come on the show too. I can drop that too.
Yeah, drop the StreamYard link. That would be the funniest thing.
What if we just saw him down in like the little queue and he was like, I would shit a brick.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh, I love the internet.
Can everybody just mass tweet at FTX or at SBF right now?
There we go. I dropped it. There we go. Maybe he's online and he'll say, "Hey, stop doing what I'm doing right now. I'll come on and join them."
I haven't incriminated myself on the internet in 5 minutes. Let's do it.
Ask him like, "Hey, are there any other businesses that you plan to have bankruptcy declared with soon?"
Yeah. Did you guys see that? Tips? Did you guys see that interview though, where they were trying to say it was all mismanagement and he just he didn't use stop losses and that was the whole problem? It wasn't the massive backdoor and the $40 million or $400 million that just disappeared overnight and the fake hacks and the $10 billion transfer to Alameda. They were trying to say, "Oh, you just didn't put in stop losses and it was just a thing."
That's what he tried to tell George Stephanopoulos. He was trying to say, like, I was just really optimistic and I was playing a game of numbers and I was just looking at probabilities. And, I was thinking the numbers were awesome and I could game the system and the probability of you guys figuring it out was none. But hey, sure enough, I got busted. Don't look at me. All my friends are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll let you know if we get a reply from him.
But we'll see him pop in.
Yeah. If he pops in, it would be epic.
He's like, "Yeah, I went back and watched, but you guys got it all wrong. I don't have a Jew-fro."
It's a Jerry curl.
He's like, "That's the only thing I want to argue about is that's not a Jew-fro. That's a perm, baby."
Also, I'm done with League of Legends. I'm on to the new Call of Duty, so.
Yeah, or maybe he's playing the new
He's
Fortnite.
like, "I'm playing Raid Shadow Legends." He's got a new job.
Follow me on Twitch for some loot drops.
Oh man, SBF, he's got a little bit of thickness to him. He could probably do a tub stream.
Oh gosh.
Oh goodness. I love Katie's face on that. She's just like, "Oh my god."
Give that drop of Frank saying that he feels a certain way.
He does have bigger boobs than Pokimane though, so maybe you got something.
Pokimane. Oh my gosh.
Do you have that drop, PJ, of Frank?
Yeah, sorry.
I feel gay. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, big news.
I gotta memorize where it's at, so I don't have to keep reading for it. It's this one.
I feel gay.
All right, there we go. It's the turquoise colored button.
I feel gay.
That is the gayest of all the colors.
Yeah, that is the gayest color. That's why I put it there, and then I just forget anyway.
Hey, it's funny because that's your background color right now, Frank.
Oh my gosh, it's exactly your background color.
I feel gay. I hate